All right, welcome back to the channel. Max here, and in this video we'll be talking about the steps to success as an online coach. And by success, I literally mean the steps you have to take in order to get to $10,000 a month, and then as a result of that, the steps you got to take in order to get to $100,000 a month. So if you like the idea of being free as an online coach or online service provider, and if you like money, this video is for you. Let's get started.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom.
All right, so the first step is already something that you barely ever hear anywhere, and that is actually start with the client, all right? This is a big problem that we see many people make over and over again. They start creating the product and they have this great business idea of which they're sure everybody wants, and they're very romantic about that because they've spent a lot of time and passion on making this product or this info product or whatever it is. Start with the client. You need to answer the basic question. Who are the people we can help, right? Or I can help if you're only one, right? Who is that person? All right, what's the usual age they're in, what gender, where do they live, etc. And also, let me put a red marker here. What is their personal hell? All right, what is their personal hell? I'm literally gonna paint a little a little person here, and they're burning. All right, they're burning in their hell. By that I mean, what is the problem? What is the exact problem that they're having that you can help them with? All right, I'm going to give you a simple example. You're a breakup coach, right? You're helping people overcome breakup. So their personal hell is they feel lonely, they feel less validated, they feel less of a man or less of a woman, they feel depressed, etc., etc. That is their personal hell. All right, and then obviously what you want to know is their heaven. All right. Their ideal situation, their heaven. What are we going to do for heaven? Like a little heart here, all right? What does that mean? That means what is the ideal situation that they're in after they've overcome this problem, after they've overcome their hell, all right? And this is another thing that I see very often here, that you got to keep it simple. People often say like, oh, I want to become a life coach. That's a typical example of being way too broad. What does that mean, a life coach? Well, I motivate people, I help them stay fit, and I help them get better at their job and better at their relationships, and also about, becoming more present and more spiritual, la-di-da. No, keep it simple. What is their hell? What is that one problem that you can help them fix? And what is their ideal situation, right? Again, back to breakup coach. Their hell right now is they feel lonely, la-di-da. Their heaven is they feel self-empowered. They are ready to get into a nice, good relationship again, or they feel like a man again, feel like a woman. They feel loved, etc., etc., etc. Right? That is the first step that you need to take. All right? Oops, everything falling down here. Step number 2 is when you have your client, you now have your client's world. All right? And let me literally capitalize the C in client here. Your client's world. What do I mean by that? I mean simple things like, what words are they using? All right? Back to breakup. We'll stay with the breakup coach just to kind of show you the example, just to go through the example. What are the words that they're using? They all say loneliness. They all say feeling less loved. They all feel empty inside. You want to listen very well to what type of words your potential target audience is using. Okay. Also, what circumstances are they in? Okay. What stances are they in? What circumstances are they in? What's their life situation? All right. For example, maybe you even say, okay, I'm a breakup coach for couples who have kids. So their life situation is, well, they have the kids and they have to, understand, how are we going to split up the kids amongst each other? What circumstances do they have? Maybe financially they've been sharing a bank account and so on and so forth. And obviously, what's the result? Okay, what's the result of them living in their personal hell? All right, I'm literally just going to write result of hell. All right. Now, all these things are literally summarized to their language. Okay. And I'm going to tell you in a second why this is important to know. Language. Their language. Everything you'll be doing as someone who wants to get to 10K, 100K as a coach has something to do with how well are you able to communicate that you understand your target audience. The better you're using their words, the easier it will be for them to resonate with you, right? Same with what I'm doing. What am I talking about here? What did I talk about at the very first minutes of this video? Money, freedom, success. I don't just, shake these words out of my sleeve. No, these are literally words that I know you as my potential audience likes to hear. All right? So all this summarizes to your client's world in terms of using their language. Which brings us to the next point, and that is number 3, your offer. All right? Your offer. What do I mean by your offer? Well, first of all, you can literally see now here, we're not starting with our offer. This is number 3. Most people start with the offer and they're like, and this is the course, and let me create the video program, la-di-da. No, we first take this little shortcut between what we want to offer and between what we want to offer and who is going to buy our offer, right? That's why we do 1 and 2 first before we go into the offer per se, all right? And surprisingly, especially as an online coach and online service provider, you're not going to create a video course or whatever big structure. No, what you'll do in the beginning, simple one-to-one coaching. Why simple one-to-one coaching? Well, the crazy thing is, again, you want to maintain that shortcut between the sales that you're making and the people who are going to buy from you. And there's literally no better way of you creating a program that people will want to buy from you, that people will literally rip out of your hands the moment you have it. There's no better way to do that other than doing one-on-one coaching first and literally have it be proved by your target audience, by your potential clients, all right? Because you're gonna have a first one-on-one client, right? With that one-on-one client, you'll be working a lot. Now, the second one-on-one client is probably going to be very, very similar to that one-on-one client if, again, you know these things already, right? So now you start seeing patterns. You get a third client, a fourth client, and all of a sudden you start seeing the matrix. And you may have even seen me paint this before, like let's say there's a matrix, right? And these are all issues, okay? So this is issue number 1, again, to remain at the breakup coach example. Oh, I feel very, very lonely. And now you help them with their mindset, right? Client 1 and 2 are in this exact problem, right? Now, clients 3 and 4 also feel very, very lonely. So now you can start to automate things and say, you know what? Okay, let me create a certain video, certain PDF, certain whatever material that you need in order to help them overcome this one problem, right? Now you see, okay, clients 1, 4, and 6 also have that other problem that, they don't know what to do with their life anymore. They feel very empty, right? So now you create this next thing and so on and so forth. And you can only do that if you offer simple one-to-one coaching first, all right? Now, once you have that one-to-one coaching, the good thing is you're already making money, all right? Making money. That means, as opposed to the person who creates the online product first, they're literally creating an online product while making no money, while nothing is validated. You're validating everything by simple one-on-one coaching. You can slowly automate it, and most importantly, you're already making money. You're literally making money for creating a program that more people will want to buy. You're literally making money via automating, okay? You're making money in order to automate things. You're getting paid for these things, and that is a really, really nice thing to do. And yeah, it basically, again, like I said it before, it creates a shortcut. It creates a shortcut between who you want to sell to and what you're going to sell to. Quick shortcut, easy, you're making money, you're saving time, GG. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, where's my phone? I got something pretty cool for you. A very, very good way to stay in the loop with everything and to really making sure to understand that structure is by following me on Instagram, because I live what I preach, let's put it this way. And I'm doing Q&As there multiple times per week. I'm doing live streams where you can get in touch with me. Most importantly, I'm also giving daily value nuggets on what it means to run a successful online coaching business. Follow my Instagram, and also a second Instagram that I can very highly recommend you is the Freedom Business Mentoring Instagram. This is my coaches and I. We're sharing daily value nuggets on there as well. Obviously, we're also sharing some of the most inspirational client stories that can literally put into your brain that it is indeed possible for you to also become successful, because trust me, anybody can become a successful online coach or online service provider if you only follow the right steps. The cool thing about that last profile is that I'm literally replying personally to all the DMs on there. So on the Freedom Business Mentoring Instagram account, I'm personally replying to the DMs there. Why? Because it's a fairly small Instagram account still, which allows me to actually reply to every single DM. So send me a DM there if you want to ask me anything personally. We're going to show both Instagram accounts right now here on the screen. And yeah, last but not least, I want to talk about leads. All right, we all love leads. Literally going to write it in caps here. Now, what you want to do with leads, a lot of people see that wrong too. They say, oh, I got to build a YouTube channel and a big Instagram and a podcast and God beware. Nowadays, what's that other music app now? TikTok. I got to be on TikTok and I got to be the Snapchat, and they're literally spreading themselves way too thin. Let me tell you one thing, and that is when you want to make leads and money from those leads, most importantly, money from those leads, focus on one source first, okay? Why? Can't even spell source. Focus on one source first. Why? Because it's not even necessary to go broader. Okay, you can literally make $10,000 a month and more by literally just focusing on one source. It's even going to be easier if you really capitalize on one source that works for you. It will be fairly easy once you know the client, once you know your client's world, once you have crafted an offer that people will want to buy. Focus on one source and one source only, one source that works, okay? This is stuff that we're showing in our program. Most of our clients that are making $10,000 and beyond, they're getting that from one source, okay? Could be Facebook, could be Instagram, could be just manually reaching out to these people. That's usually how you start, by manually reaching out to people on Facebook, Instagrams, and anywhere where there's DMs. It is possible. People have done it before. It's no magic pill. It's also not gonna, get you rich quick. It is simply understanding who the person is that you could sell, what their world is, using their words, understanding how you message them. We're literally going to provide you with a script in our Freedom Business Mentoring program on how you can reach out to these people, and you'll learn how to make 10K a month. Very easy, okay? Oh, and by the way, before I forget, you can even get up to 100K a month. We've had people literally making 100K a month, cracking the 100K mark a month, by just still focusing on one source. So again, you don't need a podcast, you don't need a big brand, you don't need to have la-di-da, all these things, forget about them. If you do the right things, you can get to 10K a month, if not even 100K a month possible, okay? And then last but not least, obviously, you have to have a sales mechanism, all right? Point number 4, you have to have a sales mechanism. Now, what do I mean by that? A sales mechanism is basically a conversation, right? Going from the conversation to the consultation, going from the consultation to selling your offer, all right? Conversation. Again, this is what I talked about earlier, reaching out to potential leads manually, right? Getting them on a consultation. You're gonna get people on the phone here. And from there, you're going to close, all right? Close/sell your offer. And you'll be surprised how easy that is. Many people say like, oh, but I gotta learn sales. I'm not a salesperson. God beware, not an extrovert. Some of our best sales trainers are introverts, just like myself actually. It's really simple. You can learn sales within a couple days with the right steps, 80-20. You can learn 20% that literally get you 80% of the results. It is not so difficult. But Max, I want to have a funnel and I want to have automated passive income, blah, blah, blah. Look, you can always automate later this here. And but any funnel, any ads, all of this stuff won't work for you unless you know how to generate at least 10K a month manually. All right, because all these things are literally just an amplification of you understanding your client and your client's world. All right, so many people build a funnel and a website and they have this info product. They've been working on their goddamn business for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. They haven't made a single cent. Haven't made anything. Yet, if you follow a proper process, you don't need a website, you don't need social media, you don't need any of that schmuck stuff, and you're already making 10K a month. And how easy will it be for you to create a cool Instagram account if you're banking in 10K a month? How easy will it be for you to create a YouTube channel or a podcast whatsoever if you're already banking in 10K a month where you don't have any pressure? It's easy. Why making things hard on you, right? Focus on your client and your client's history and your client's words first, and then get your first 10K a month, if not even 100K a month. Now, everything above this line is created to get you to your first 10K a month. It's possible. People have done it before, all right? Now, you can make more. You can literally get up to $100,000 a month. That is possible. And what we usually do then in our program, so once people go through this, they're banking in their first 10K, what we usually then do in the program is, obviously, number one, you get a team, all right? And by that, I don't mean you need to get 20 employees all of a sudden. No, you start hiring key positions first. You have one person, then maybe a second, and so on and so forth. It's slow, but you'll get a team so you can start delegating certain things and you get more and more freedom from that. Obviously, you have automation as well. I kind of mentioned it before. Automation both inside the actual delivery of the program as well as in getting the leads and closing them, right? Basically scaling, right? Meaning we're capitalizing on what we know works, right? We slowly tap into other sources which double, triple, quadruple, and so on and so forth your revenue. Very simple stuff. And then you can also, if you want to, do more stuff with branding, okay? Branding is a thing that some people like a lot. It's one of my personal passions, the branding. Some people say, yo, I don't want to have a big brand. I like the money side. I like to stay relatively unknown. Can I still make 100K a month? Absolutely. But some people always also come to us and they say, yo, I want to build a big brand. I want to become, known in my field. I want to learn how to dominate my niche. Also, not only on the inside in terms of making the most money, but also on the outside in terms of getting the most followers. And I'm not talking about random whack followers, like 1 million Instagram followers and the verification badge. And 90% of these followers are 15-year-old children who think you're cool. I'm talking about raging fans that want to buy from you, that spend 4 to 5 figures on literally just talking to you, okay? We have clients selling programs that are worth $12,000. That's the type of followers I'm talking about. That's the type of branding I'm talking about here, right? And then obviously, kind of going along with that is broader marketing. What do I mean by broader marketing? I kind of mentioned it before. You want to focus on one specific client first, and then later on, once you've proven that you make money, once your team is on point, once you're on point, once your brand messaging is on point, once it's easy for you to coach and also get clients, then you can start going a little broader and say, okay, we'll broaden up our niche a little bit, getting in more clients, and so on and so forth. This way, if you follow this, the great thing about this is it's lean. Okay, you're not getting a lot of risk here. You don't have to waste a lot of capital on that. You're literally staying lean as you're building up money, getting to 10K a month first and getting to 100K a month later. It's all been tested, okay? It works. We literally show a bunch of testimonials here. This is not some get-rich-quick scheme, okay? I'm not promising that, but it's something where you learn a proper business, something that is legit, something that is long-lasting, something that you can automate, and something that can literally build you on your entire future. Okay, you can build upon that with your entire future. And that's the great thing about if you're following these steps to become successful as an online coach or online service provider. Right? Now, when you say you're ready to get started, I got something cool for you because you can literally jump on a free consultation call, either with me personally or with an expert from my team. And on that free consultation call, we'll be doing exactly that, but we'll customize it to your exact situation. Okay, we'll be working step by step, hand in hand to create a battle plan for you to get started as an online coach, as an online service provider, okay? Now, if you already have a skill and you want to know how to monetize it, this call is for you. If you're already making money, but you want to scale it up, you're making around 10K a month, but you want to make 100K a month, this call is for you as well. But even if you're not 100% sure what it is that you want to be doing, you like the idea of being free, right? You like the idea of making money, but you don't know what skill it is that you could use, give us a call as well because we can analyze your strengths. We know the market. We know what model fits perfectly for you, okay? Click that link down in the description below to jump on that call. If you click on that link, it brings you to a page. Read through that page. It's important information for you. At the bottom of that page, you can fill out an application and then you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. It's an entirely for free call, no hidden fees whatsoever in there, and take action. That's really the only thing that I gotta say. If that link still works, it means we have spots open. Link fills up really fast nowadays, so better take action now. Don't just close this video and go back to watching some motivational stuff, that really doesn't make you take action. Watch some Gary Vee if it makes you feel better, right? But at the end of the day, it's about taking action and actually making money because only money can buy you freedom. Take action, maybe talk to you very, very soon on the phone, and GG.